everyone. Trav here, and I am hosting, let's get that started one more time here. I'm hosting the Tectum team today. Couldn't be more excited because we have some major announcements to drop for you guys today and get all the updates you need about the Tectum team itself, the blockchain, the softnote app. It's going to be amazing. So I'm not even going to hesitate. I'm just going to dive right in. David, I'm going to start passing the mic over to you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. For anyone who doesn't know, David Track is the CEO of Tectum, and he's here with us today to help just share all the value about what's going on with the team. So David, welcome. Where do you want to get us started here today?
All right. Thank you, Trav. I appreciate it. So, this is obviously a shout out to our community who's been so supportive, and we love you guys. Listen, we've been dripping. Me personally have been communicating with everybody regarding some big news that everybody's been waiting for. We've been calling it the big news, and we've been very careful about how we share this news because there's an old saying, which is there's many a slip between the cup and the lip, and so we have to be prudent in what we say and how we say it. We have to involve legal counsel as well, just to make sure that we cannot overstep our boundaries, and that as in due time, more and more information will be shed on this incredible news. But we're here today to say that we are ready to make the big announcement. So I will say this, and this is, I think, the biggest thing that has ever hit Tectum. And I've personally have said, I think it's bigger than any tier one could ever be. As much as we are moving towards that as well, I will say that. And that's about all I'll say about that. But regarding this news, we were in the UAE, as everybody knows. We had some amazing meetings with different potential partners, and one in particular became our new strategic partner. It is a private partnership, and I will say that is with a Middle Eastern country. I'm not going to give away where that is exactly, but this is the opportunity for us to launch a stable coin in one of the strongest nation currencies in the entire world. So this is absolutely unbelievably huge news for us. It's a pilot test that we'll be entering into, and in due time, I mean, this is news first here. We haven't done any press releases on it. Alex is going to kind of delve in a little bit more into the technical aspects of it and what this means for the company. But I can tell you this, guys, it is freaking huge. I will say that. So if I may, let me kind of transfer the mic over to our chief architect of the company, the CTO and founder of Tectum, Mr. Alex Gusev. There you are, sir. Floor is all yours.
Excellent. All yours, Alex.
Thank you.
Excited to learn more.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alex. You guys already know me. David, I don't know what to add. It really is going to be a stable coin. It is going to be launched as a pilot project. Probably the only thing you missed. It will be launched as a pilot project for the period of 6 to 9 months. It will not be for profit. It will unlikely be for profit. Likely it's not going to be for profit. The main and the big thing that we will try to play out is it's going to be a dividend yielding digital currency.
Okay. So you guys heard that here for the very first time. If you're logged in on X, if you're logged in on YouTube, we've got this live streaming on Facebook. You heard this here for the very, very first time. Tectum is officially launching a pilot stablecoin launch. And it sounds like already what I'm picking up from you, Alex, is that it will be a dividend yielding token. With of course, one of the most biggest aspects of this, it's in partnership with a massive country, and we unfortunately can't dive into that here.
Well, we could, but we just our partners. First of all, we already have the signatures on the paper, and they asked us to keep this whole situation in our to let it mature, and since they will be handling most of security versus utility litigation adjustments in their country, we had to respect what they asked for. They said, guys, can we just keep it for now like this? Just go through at least halfway through pilot project, and then we can get it all expanded. We would love to announce to give it all and just have all the hype, but hypes rarely end up in a good stable situation. So we'd like to really respect our audience and our community, but it should be very exciting. I'm actually me for a team of probably 4 or 5 people. Probably David is going to be there, flying on the 21st and the 23rd of October for a few days to get to details, but not much else I can share.
Gotcha.
Alex, can I ask you cryptically here? I will just say the number 3. Do you think we can talk about the 3 parts of the stablecoin? Is there anything about that?
3? Well,
the 3 things. Sin. I'll just say sin. That's all I'll say.
Synthesis node.
There you
go. It will be done in a synthesis node form factor.
Can you explain that? Because nobody knows what that is.
That's what I missed last week. Well, actually, what synthesis node is, it's a hybrid digital currency which comprises a stable factor, stabilizing factor, a donor factor, and a recipient factor. The recipient, we understand, it's a local currency. Stabilizing factor, it's something like USDT, which is already regulated. So we're just basically throwing a container at the market, which is being already over-regulated. And the third one is the donor, and a donor is what we call a digital or cryptocurrency, which has mathematically undoubted propensity to rise up, and which you all probably guessed is going to be Bitcoin. And all of them will be united in one wallet, level 2 wallet, and we will add a dividend aspect to it, and we will do absolutely zero profit. It's going to be done in an absolutely enclosed, isolated environment. Liquidity has been already in the process of being allocated right now, and everybody wants to see if it actually is going to work.
Okay.
And if it works, would you say, Alex, this is the beginning of replacing the SWIFT system as we know it today?
Well, I actually spoke about synthesis node at a fintech this spring. Look at this like this. Most of countries in this world right now, at this point, and taking into consideration the rate of growth of BRICS alliance like BRICS, most of jurisdictions will be reluctant to dollarize their economies. Normally, and we are actually in the beginning of a re-dollarization of global economy right now, whether we like it or not. I mean, just look at our daily trading volumes of USDT comparing to BTC. how many BTC pairs do we have left at exchanges? How many we had how many we had 3 years ago, and how many we have right now? BTC trading volumes are dropping. BTC is becoming a store of value. It already became store of value. You know, when I'm buying a business for 20 Bitcoins from you, it's one thing. When I'm trying to buy a cup of coffee with a Bitcoin, I would rather use USDT, which leads to inevitable dollarization. And since most of our economies, which have a decent chance to survive, will be reluctant, or let's be honest, unwilling to dollarize the economies, which is basically adopt USDT as a second cryptocurrency. Then on the other hand, most of economies are going to be the same, unwilling to Bitcoinize the economies. It's not that Bitcoin is worth nothing to them. It's just the fees are so high and the volatility is so high. You know, just imagine paying $10 million in a payroll, and tomorrow Bitcoin gets shorted, and this $10 million turns into 7.5, and you have 1,200 employees knocking on your door saying, "Hold on a second, dude. We never agreed to that. We got families to feed." So, and local currency sits right in the middle. But as we all know, the way things are laid out, local currencies are inevitably predestined to depreciate, to lose their purchasing power with a velocity by far succeeding American dollar. If USD purchasing power is dropping 12% per year, then comparable local currency depreciation will be 25%.
I mean,
what are they? Just three more minutes. Sorry, I'm just trying to get around it in an elegant way, and English is not my primary language, so please apologize. Accept my apologies. And basically, what we end up hitting, where local currency is always going to drop. Well, they all do. Show me one which is not dropping, besides American dollar. Euro is dropping. Come on, euro was $1.3. British pound is holding up. Emirates dirham is definitely holding up, and those powers which they overpower this naturally, genetically built-in loss of power by excessive production of their resources. They manage to survive, but not everybody can do that. And then if local currency goes like this, BTC goes like this, then we fill that gap with, let's say, something like USDT. Let's not call names and don't push me in the corner year from now, okay? But USDT is just, for the pilot, it really is going to work the best. And I just want you to understand that it's going to look like this. So, my background, I'm going to,
Exactly. So if I can explain that, if Bitcoin continually goes up, which it is trending to be that way, both from a technical standpoint and then from a fundamental standpoint. And like Alex said, when you have local currencies continue to decline, there's a huge area in the middle that can be filled with,
look,
there it is, a stablecoin. And again, we won't name names, and I'm not going to push Alex in a corner here, but please go ahead.
It's better than stablecoin.
And we won't say it's better.
Better than stable.
There you go.
Than stablecoin. It's gonna have more dynamic properties.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And like you said, USDT is not a yield-bearing asset. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Alex, apologies. I'm gonna send the mic back to you.
Please accept my apologies for going on our
meandering. No, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, go on.
But also we can't say how much money at this time is being put into this by our partner. But I will say that at some point when we begin the pilot, and this is part of why Alex has been out of pocket traveling from different offices that we have with developers, getting everybody geared up and ready, because this is a tremendous undertaking. I will say that the amount of money is mind-boggling. I don't necessarily have the wherewithal to say how much. I don't know if Alex wants to say that, but I will say this: it's a significant amount.
It's a pilot project. I mean, how much do you need for pilot project? $10 million. I mean, you don't need $1 billion.
I love that you're tossing around these numbers like nothing.
It's a pilot project, right? Alex,
I would love to get another $10 million.
Yeah. We can't. Listen. It's more than enough than it's needed. Way more than enough than it's needed for a pilot. I will say that. So look, this is huge news. Soon we will be rolling out press releases that will explain things more and more in time as we begin kind of rolling out the pilot program. So, but that's huge, right? That this is big stuff, and what it can do once that pilot is working, then we go nation by nation. I mean, everyone's going to want a piece of this. So, and it's going to be a very public pilot. I will say that. So, okay, I've said my piece about it.
Incredible, guys. Well, I really appreciate you guys dropping that announcement here today. And I was very tentative to ask questions, because obviously I want to have the utmost respect to your partner in this here. But I also appreciate how, even with discretion involved, you were able to really paint just a very understandable picture of how much value this is going to add, not only to the Tectum project in general, but also on such a macroeconomic scale. This is going to change the game. It seems like the demand is there, ready to jump in, and I'm just very excited here. So I appreciate you guys. Before I jump into my next couple of questions here, was there anything else you guys wanted to add on that before we change topics?
Alex, do you want to talk at all about any other announcements? We've got Tali, we've got the Vectra. It's up to you if you want to delve into any of those, because there's some amazing news that's happening at Tectum, so much that we couldn't squeeze it all into one call. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to go over, but I think it'd be best just to drip on a few things rather than really get too granular on everything. But whatever, just a reminder to Alex.
You want me just to dump it all on you guys?
Real quick there, Alex, before you do, I think this question is going to help guide us here. Diego asked the question: for ones who are arriving late, can you please summarize the news partnership? So as of now, we've just dropped one piece of news, and that Tectum is going to be starting a pilot program for a stablecoin launch, partnering with a massive partner, and it's going to be absolutely monstrous. And the team dove into the relevance of this, why it's going to be such a value add to the entire world, and also to the Tectum team and community here. But we won't rehash that.
Can I add to that? Can I add to Trav that the partner is a Middle Eastern country, basically. So we'll but we cannot say but let's say it's a private partner. It's a private partner, right? Okay.
I appreciate how close to this line you guys are willing to go here today. It's I think you're doing it very elegantly and very diplomatically. So I appreciate you guys. So Alex, why don't we start off with the partnership announcements that you guys have happening here. I'm going to send the mic over to you, and feel free to just take it for a walk. Oh, you're
is
there you go.
is that question to me?
Yes, it is.
Oh, partnership.
Yes.
For that new guy. Oh, for that new guy who just joined.
Anatoly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's.
Okay.
I think that's a good one.
Okay. We it's okay. Basically, we were introduced to old partners, not friends, partners of our new partner, and this new partner, very low supply. No, it's gonna be done differently. It's gonna be done in the green mode, cycle 1. It's going to be done in the green mode. You need to read about, or we can talk about it, pick that subject up at the next AMA. We will unlikely have time for that because green stripe mode, it's a pool, it's a layer 2 solution in Tectum. It's a wrapped Bitcoin. And when it's wrapped in the way we wrapped it, the rest is just becoming history. You can pay, you can buy a chewing gum at the gas station for 25 cents of Bitcoin. But we're not going to talk about it. And we were introduced by somebody who we've been working with, and that somebody is actually a official representative for quite a few large world players, Encryption. And he introduced us, and he said, listen, it looks like these guys want to talk about your very fast blockchain. And I said, well, blockchain is like by far not all what we have. And I sent him our pitch deck, and he forwards it to them, and he says, hey, listen, these guys want to sit down and talk. And when we sat down, and they said, so you have this soft node tier on top of Tectum, how did you do it? I explained them how, and they said, it's very interesting. We wanna play. And I said, well, how much money you got? And they said, well, look up our names. I looked up their names, and money is not even a factor in that circle. And I said, let's do pilot project, because we wanna take our chance to make our mistakes. You know, it's fintech. It's everything is new. Software is written by us. Everything is proprietary. You know, we have not borrowed nothing from nobody. It's all done by us. I said, give us chance to refine the system to make it mass adaptable. And they said, that's fine. How much time is it gonna take? And I gave them time, and 3 days later we already signed preliminary agreement. That's all there was actually. In fact, there is not that much more to add. You know, that's exactly what happened. How far it's gonna go, I don't know.
But Alex, I'm sorry. Can you talk about the relationship, the Anatoly?
This entity we've been run by a very formerly known person in the various encryption circles. He is a master of he mastered. God bless you, Trev.
Bless you, buddy.
Hardware encryption. And his core competency and his team core competency, and he's in his 60s already, you know.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Is just
he's old. I get it.
you just when you're 70, you pretty much want to be advisor, you know.
Right.
And he said, Alex, you know what your system might benefit from? I said, talk to me. And he said, random number generator. And for now, today, every system uses software-based random number generators. The problem with software-based random number generators is that they use formulas to generate random numbers. And if you know Gauss equation, Gauss, he was a scientist who proved couple interesting points. You will know that there is no such a thing as a random number. So the randomness of every number is defined by how you decrypt it. It's not by impossibility to decrypt it, but how you decrypt it. Well, a true random number, every level of tier of randomness can be decrypted. It's just true, so-called. We tentatively call it true because it's a law in mathematics. There is no such a thing as a random number, so don't kid yourself. But the difference between what we call a true random number is it's been, in order to reverse calculate it into, for example, private key into public key. And that's what it really boils down to, right? Because everybody in this world just sleeps and dreams to come up with an algorithm or method to make public key, Bitcoin public key, a Bitcoin private key out of public key.
Right.
I mean, just imagine the guy who died 10 years ago and his 10,000 Bitcoin wallet is just sitting there and will be sitting there forever. We have 4.5 million Bitcoins permanently gone. Actually, Mark can talk about our lossless product. We just can't get to it. Mark knows everything about this product. Me and him invented this product 3.5 years ago.
Don't give me credit.
Well, it's true. It was
I'm
you,
not that
me,
smart.
and
but who is smart?
Who is smart, right?
This Anatoly gentleman that Alex is referring to is world renowned. I mean, he's one of the fathers of encryption. He's just light years ahead of this technology, and we're extremely fortunate to have him come in to be part of our team. He's bringing in, as a consultant, he's bringing his technology exclusively to Tectum, and I can dumb it down. I'm not as brilliant as Alex. He can expound on these mathematical algorithms and equations and things that goes over my head, but I can tell you I know enough to be dangerous and explain ultimately that we're going to be able to do things that nobody else can do, that makes it faster than it's ever been possible. Our blockchain at 3.5 million transactions per second becomes a joke ultimately compared to what we can eventually do with the technology that we're having access to. So when everybody's sitting there trying to catch up to Tectum for speed and scalability, we're light years ahead of them and on everything else. So that's this guy's a shortcut to a lot of what we want to accomplish in the company. So it was an amazing find to get him, really, And I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody was asking, are we using his technology? If I'm not mistaken, I may get the story wrong here. And they said, are you going to be using his encryption technology? And Alex is like, we got one better. He's coming. The guy
to generate random numbers. Yeah.
We're actually bringing him on board. Not only are we using his technology, he's becoming part of the Tectum team. So is that right, Alex? Isn't that right? They were asking about whether we're using his technology.
That's what it's looking like. But thank you.
Thank you.
Love you too. That's what it's looking like.
Incredible, guys.
Like. That's what it's. There is a really. I mean, the odds are there to be, actually.
Yeah, we hear you, but it goes back to that saying. There's many a slip between the cup and the lip, and it's very true. So although we always want to share great news and things that are happening, we try to make sure that the things that we announce are going to come to fruition, and we feel confident that they are. but we just want to, keep everything in, measured as we release things. So, what were you going to say, Mark?
Well, I just want to kind of like hopefully help some of those people out there that are like me, that don't understand all this techie stuff, and are hearing everything. And obviously it's fascinating and they're learning, and these are new things, new concepts to so many people. But what I want you guys to think about mostly is that what makes Tectum, in my opinion, so special is that, unlike trying to compete with the cryptocurrency industry and trying to bring in, whether it be a new technology or a new currency or a new this or that we think, oh, this is better, right? I really feel like what Tectum is all about is more enabling the industry, enabling crypto, enabling mass adoption, making it practical. And to me, that's where the value is with Tectum and what makes it so special. We are going to make Bitcoin as free and instant as we possibly can, to make it so that consumers want to get into that and cross that retail boundary that's never happened, which was Bitcoin's original intention. And that's what Tectum is here for. Almost everything that we do at Tectum is all about not competing and not trying to be, oh, we built the better mousetrap and all that stuff, but more along the lines of how to enable it, because we not only enable Bitcoin, but we enable any cryptocurrency out there to be free and instant through the soft note. And we try to cross that retail boundary that way. And that, to me, is what makes Tectum so special, and why I believe we can be, why the sky's the limit. Why blockchain? Because when you look at fiat currency, you have manipulation, inflation, you have those things. So that's why people are loving the idea of the concept of cryptocurrency and blockchain. The bigger, we all know that, and this is why it really starts with Bitcoin. We know that it's the biggest, and we know the bigger it gets, the less it can be manipulated. We know it has that finite supply, right? Unlike printable fiat, which you can just print up whenever you want. I mean, these governments and these banks have gotten together and they've made it so that you can print up as much money as you want to. You can manipulate that as much as you want to. They have all the power. So you have Bitcoin. Why do we want to enable Bitcoin? The bigger it gets, the less it can be manipulated, right? And then and the only way I believe we can truly reach mass adoption with Bitcoin is by enabling it to cross the retail boundary. And it can't be done right now because, as you know, it's not practical. It costs money to spend money when you spend Bitcoin. And so everything that we seem to be doing in this new announcement too, it's all about enabling. It's all about mass adoption. And I think everybody can get behind that. I don't think there's other cryptocurrency companies that will look at us and go, they're competing with us. No, we're enabling them, right? That's special. And that's what I think Tectum is all about. So I hope that you guys I think you can understand what's going on more when you think about the theme of what Tectum is. And I think that's the theme of it. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I gotta tell you, it's kind of a little bit of a segue, and that is, I have been actively searching for a director of ISO relations. Been interviewing lots of different candidates. One is better than the next. I mean, it's been unbelievable. But this is kind of our conduit, I guess, if you will, to getting to mass adoption. Because having somebody, I came from that world as well, but I can't be everywhere at once. So I need somebody who understands things the way I do, maybe even better, if that's possible, to come in. And so we've narrowed it down. I think we have between 5 people that we're narrowed down to. So we should have, by next week, I think we'll have a director, and I'm leaning towards one person in particular. And so that's going to be huge for us as we integrate with the CRM, as we bring on our Visa partner, and we start to integrate with the EPOS system. We're really, really, really close to mass adoption of the Tectum and soft note integration. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of the segue. I was thinking about rolling that in, but once you're talking about the mass adoption piece, I mean, that is a significant part of that, that integration. So, hey, Trav, we almost forgot you were there. Hey, buddy. Sorry, man.
No, that's okay. Sorry. I was, we've got, I'm going to butcher your name and I apologize. Wrestle Gune here watching us. He's watching with his 4-year-old daughter who says hello to all of you guys and myself, I imagine as well. So I'm just waving back. Hello, welcome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today here.
Hey, I thought that was your wave to like, you want to jump in and you probably have some good questions. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let you take back the mic there.
Oh, I never had his trust there, David. Perfect. I just wanted to take a quick moment. We had a couple questions here pop up of just a recap of the announcements so far. So I just love to just quickly summarize everything that we've spoken about today. We've got 2 major announcements so far that have been dropped. The first is the announcement of a partnership with a massive country from the Middle East. It's a private partnership, and the plan is to launch a pilot program for a stablecoin, a yield-bearing stablecoin that is going to wonderfully fill the gap between deflationary local currencies and the inevitable inflationary properties of Bitcoin. It's going to be phenomenal. Then also you've added a new member to your team, Anatoly, who's bringing with him his 100% unique technology for random number generating. And of course, our team spoke wonderfully on how exactly that's going to level up, increase the speed, increase the security of their already rocket-fueled blockchain, which of course has 3.5 million transactions per second. It's going to be incredible. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't quickly comment here. In my show notes, I noticed that iOS mobile is out. And I was wondering if you guys wanted to touch on that and maybe any other developments on how that side of Tectum and Softnode is going.
Yeah, I guess I could say something. I was going to bring that up. I had that listed on my notes here to talk about. So we did make the announcement last week about iOS finally approving us. That was just confusion. It was insane. They insisted that we were an exchange, and we obviously are not an exchange. And so it took going back and forth, and they finally realized we are not an exchange. Duh. So they've approved us. We pushed the button last week. We are live in I think just about every English-speaking nation. We're going to be doing some translations in different languages for different countries, and so we'll be rolling out globally. In due time. I mean, this is work in progress, but we're we have a team on this, and it's happening quickly. So that is huge news for us. So yeah, of course, you guys. So go rush over to your if you haven't done so already, get to your iOS Apple Store and download the app. It's free. Mess around with it, get involved, check it out. As Mark likes to say, start using the soft note and playing with it. I think it's important to familiarize yourself with it because soon everyone's going to be using it. So you got a jump start on the rest of the population. As far as Android, at this point, Google looks at it a little differently. Like Alex said earlier, Apple is more political, and Google is more technical. So we're having some updates that the devs are doing based on Google's requests. I've looked at it. Some of it's over my head on what they need to do, but the devs get it. They understand what needs to be done. So that's I think a fairly simple, straightforward process to get onto the Android store. In the meantime, we have APK that people can download, the Google Android app. So that's available on our site. You can go there and download it. No, it's huge stuff for the company. And this is our first app. It's being well received. People seem to love it, and it's just going to get better and better. We love feedback. So certainly share with us if you guys think there's things that we should add and stuff. I monitor the community regularly, and I'd love to get feedback from you guys. So yeah, that's my update.
Shout out to David, because man, ever since you stepped in, things are getting done, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm really proud of you, brother. I've known you for 20 years, and I'm very proud of what you've been doing. Keep up the good
Thanks,
work.
bud. Hey, listen, I appreciate that. I cannot take all the credit. Honestly, you're only as good as the people around you, and our team is incredible. I mean, honestly, we've got brilliant people around us. Many of them way smarter than me. I'm just a mouthpiece, and I happen to know marketing well. I have a lot of connections. I've been doing this stuff for a long time, and everybody, it brings tremendous value. So I could not do this on my own. And obviously, Alex is a tremendous leader of this company. It is his brainchild, and I'm just kind of following in his footsteps and helping to get things done. I'm the facilitator, right? But I appreciate that shout out, man. I think the team is stronger than it's ever been. We had a few growing pains, a few hiccups, and I think the team we have right now I couldn't ask for anything. I mean, this Anatoly is a gift. Everything comes through the way it is. It's just amazing, and I couldn't ask for anything else other than maybe our director of ISO to be as good as we're hoping. But I think we've got we're going to make this thing happen pretty quickly. So we'll keep everybody apprised of the hiring situation, because I think people want to know. So
I wish I could show people this app. It's just my background doesn't let me, but it's just so awesome to be able to go into an Apple iPhone now and just look up the SoftNote wallet, and there it is. Download it, and folks, get in there, download the SoftNote wallet, and start minting softnotes, putting liquidity into them. And you know what? You don't even have to say that much. Just say, here's some Bitcoin to your buddies, and get them on our AMAs, and just bring them in. Just show them what we're doing. Once people, listen, it's all a matter of, it's communities that grow projects, right? The team behind it is what, you've got Alex, the mastermind, you've got David, the doer, and you've got me, who just blabs. And what you guys really need is the community to come together and just start using the product. Just get out there and just start using it. I mean, just about everybody's heard of Bitcoin now, but there's so many people out there that they don't want to set up an exchange. They don't want to mess with it. They don't care, but they also don't understand blockchain. Bring them in and just show them what the soft node is, and say, hey, you've heard of Bitcoin, right? Check this out. Look how easy it is to get a Bitcoin. I got this thing called a soft node, and I want you to join the Telegram and get into these AMA calls and these and start learning about what Tectum is doing, and just. It's just, again, this is not financial advice or anything like that, but it could be the beginning of something so special, and it's so early right now. I mean, we are in our infancy, folks. You guys do the numbers, you guys do all the speculating. I'm not even going to talk about that, but you guys just think about where we could be when you look at other projects. And to me, is there any other project out there that's making King Daddy Bitcoin free and instant to spend? Nobody else out there is doing it that I know of. I mean, this is a vast industry. I don't know every company, but I just don't know of any other company that's doing it. So that's what you got to do.
Did you just call it King Daddy?
King Daddy Bitcoin. Yeah, because Bitcoin is always going to be the top dog, right? Because it was first.
Oh, yeah.
And Tectum, in my opinion, with what we're doing, I think once the word gets out, that's the key. People just don't know us yet. We're undiscovered treasure in the crypto market, and so it's up to the community. But really, what's going to spread that more than anything is getting in there to your softnote wallet and minting these soft notes and putting liquidity into them. And me and Trav, we're going to be getting together soon over the next few days, and we're going to be putting together some tutorials to make it even more user friendly. But once you get in there and just start clicking around, it's hard to mess up. I mean, it's just, you start to experience it, but we're going to try to make it as simple as possible so that you guys can get out there and share what we're doing.
Wonderful.
Nice.
No, this is the sentiments I love to hit on our conversations there, gentlemen. Really tapping into the humans behind the team here. And I just appreciate the energy that you're bringing to this conversation here today. One thing I wanted to highlight about the iOS launch was just kind of linking back to a previous conversation we had with the new iPhone, I believe 16 now that's being launched or has launched, or I'm Android, so I'll just call myself out here. I'm not quite sure on the updates, but with their new technology, the NFC payments, it seems like that's just going to add more jet fuel to the potential that SoftNote has when it comes to usage and mass adoption here as well. One thing I did want to quickly touch on here, we have about 11 minutes left for this call, and I wanted to make sure that we hit this, is in the show notes here, I'm noticing that SoftNote Wallet Merchant and Pay is coming. I was wondering if you guys could maybe speak to that real quick and talk about its relevance, maybe give us some updates on what's going on there.
I don't know if Alex wants to talk about that, but I kind of alluded a little bit to it as far as the director of ISO relations. There's a lot of integration work that's going to need to happen. Just to be transparent with everybody, it's not like we just snap our fingers and it's done. So and it's not as though that our dev team, even though we're growing as a company, we've got a lot of devs right now in our company, but everyone's working and they're working around the clock and they're working diligently because there's so many little things that we can't say yet. And these will be announcements that come, but there's just a lot of development work. So we have to, be cognizant of the kind of bandwidth that's available to everybody. But we are, we're at the point now where integration is going to happen between our CRM, as I mentioned, the new CRM that is designed for the industry, that allows for the integration for the merchant, the point of sale, our EPOS system, the softnote app API. There's just a number of different integrations that have to happen, and I personally want input from somebody who's also from the industry on the inside, like I was, who understands the CRM merchant space world and crypto in particular, that can add value, not just my experience, but somebody else who understands it that can add to it. And once we have that person, we're going to put them full time on that project, managing the actual integration work from the dev teams. And so that is going to be full steam ahead. Once we're at that point, there's no stopping us. We're just gonna be tinkering away 24 hours a day, getting this thing done. Once we're at the point where we can flip the switch on, I don't think it's gonna take that long to do, but it's just long enough that it's not gonna happen tomorrow. But I would think that in just a couple of months, we should be able to be ready for true mass adoption to start, bringing on onboarding merchants from around the globe and to make a really, really loud noise. So we've, even though I have a marketing background, PR and doing digital marketing and things like that, I'm only one person here. I've had a digital marketing company of my own in the past, but we're bringing on a company in particular who is huge, understanding crypto and marketing, and we're gonna come out there swinging, like just making a gigantic bang when we are ready to do so. So everybody's saying, when are we going to make noise? When are we going to do PR for this and that? Everything is being thought through like a chess game. And when you move your piece, it's all it's all being thought through. So, and it's not just me. We all get on regular C-level calls every Monday, every Friday, sometimes even during the week. We get together and then we're having side conversations. So this is like moving a big machine at this point. We're moving from a small to a medium-sized company, and we're about to become a large, loud company. And like Mark said, everybody knows about Bitcoin. If you went up to the next 10 people that you saw on the street and you asked them, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? I guarantee you, everybody has heard of Bitcoin. I feel confident that probably 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 have heard of it. But if you go to the next 10 people and you ask them if they've heard of Tectum, you're probably going to get no. We've never heard of Tectum. So we're still on the big scheme of things. We're small potatoes. But in the world of crypto, we're starting to get recognized. I mean, now, if somebody knows about crypto and we mention Tectum, there's becoming more and more of a chance that they've heard of us. So I can see it happening. I see that even at these conferences I've gone to in the past, I've mentioned who we are. People are like, oh, cool, sounds good. Now I go to conferences, I mention Tectum. Oh, yeah, we've heard of you guys. So it's happening. I can see it in real time. I think hopefully I answered your question on what you asked about kind of crossing the retail barrier into the point of sale. we're closer than we've ever been, and I see it happening. My guess is in the next couple of months. I think maybe even timed with the decentralization of our blockchain, which is due to be done by the end of December. So, I think everything's still on point for that. So.
And think about it too. How many people are doing it? Like, it's not like you're driving down the road and you see all these signs on stores that say we accept Bitcoin. Nobody's doing that. And that's our goal. If Tectum can get into those merchants and get them signed up and ready to receive soft notes, they're going to be able to say we can receive Bitcoin. And to me, that's a phenomenon that I think that's our vision, and that should be your vision as a community too. And in order to enable that vision, you have to just get in and just experience it. Download the soft-note wallet to your phone, whether it's Android or now, thanks to Dave, Apple, and get in there and experience it, and just start, use the digital images, and maybe even print up some paper images for grandpa, and go over there and show them about this Bitcoin, what's going on here.
And also, if you guys are passionate, you love what we're doing, there's a way to earn a living by being an ISO. So we have an ISO group in Telegram. You can find it pinned inside of our community, but you can certainly join the group. We've been kind of quiet in there because there hasn't been much to announce, but that's going to become an active group pretty quickly. So we advise you to, if you're interested, you've got the gift of gab, or merchants, and you sign them up, there's a way to earn every time a soft node is being spent at a merchant location. Or, it doesn't have to be a physical location, a brick and mortar, could be an online merchant as well. So if you're interested in getting involved, let us know, and we'd be glad to have you. Just join our group. It's open to come into. It's no approval. So it's all happening. You guys that are here now are here. I would say if this is your first time here, you guys are lucky that you've. I think I should say that you're lucky that you haven't had to hang around while all the heavy lifting has been happening. But there couldn't be a better time, in my opinion, to be a part of Tectum than right here, right now. I mean, this is exciting. I got to tell you, this is stuff I love, to do. So I don't know if you can tell I'm pumped, Trav, but I am.
Oh, I can feel it. You're pumping me up too. I gotta contain myself here and just hold things back. I want you guys to shine, not my ridiculous hyped excitedness. So you guys heard it here. If you do want to take part, if you do want more information, if you do want to download the softnote app on either iOS or Android, check out any of the bios on any social media that you guys are watching from right now. And we have almost 700 people watching us live at the moment. So appreciate every single one of you. All the links that you need are in the bio on the social media destination where you currently are right now. And that includes links to download the app itself, links to join different communities, whether it's Discord, whether it's Telegram, whether it's X, all of these different things. Feel free to check that out. And guys, we're going to wrap it up here, and I'm going to send the mic over to you, Alex, in a quick second to get the final words from yourself here. Before I do, I want to quickly summarize a couple of things here. We answered a ton of questions from the community today. We spoke directly to one of the most common questions that I've seen anyways, is when is the whole merchant side of things going to happen? And David just beautifully expressed that there is some serious and tactical work happening. The queen has just been moved to C4 for that final checkmate. And when the trigger is pushed, or the button is pushed, things are going to escalate very, very quickly in that realm here. So thank you, David, for that. We also dropped our major announcements in terms of the new partnership with a massive Middle Eastern country, a private partnership where Tectum is going to be launching a pilot program for a stablecoin, a yield-bearing stablecoin for the Tectum and softnote ecosystem here, which is going to be massive. We spoke directly to how that's going to be a value add to the entire world, the community, and the Tectum team here. We spoke to the addition of Anatoly to the team, who's bringing his 100% unique technology of random number generating. And we spoke to how that's going to enhance the already rapid, fast blockchain of 3.5 million TPS, which is leaps and bounds above everyone else. We've spoken about how you can now download and use the softnote app on iOS, which is mega. And I also saw a couple of questions. A lot of people were asking if Tectum is going to be doing any of the events next week. So Tectum is going to be present at the BRICS Summit and the Blockchain Life Conference in Dubai as well. So lots happening here. The team is working as hard as they possibly can to make this just an incredible, incredible product, an incredible community, an incredible tool. And I'm just going to stop myself right here. So Alex, I'm going to send you the mic. I'd love for you to kind of share any closing thoughts with us, and then we'll wrap up the call for today.
Thank you, Trev. Well, what I really want to say from my heart is that despite the fact that Softnote and Tectum as a combo, appears to be a relatively sophisticated project, and it might occasionally push somebody away because it takes time to study it and to understand what it really is. Before we close up, I would like to say that community and folks, I mean, don't get discouraged. We have spent lots of years to look for the right solution, to make Bitcoin spendable again, And if you really look at the Softnote, in a weird way, we're taking ETF to the streets.
I love that.
ETF to the streets. I love it.
David, just think about it.
That's our new slogan.
If everything really comes together, and luckily and fortunate for us, and nothing happens in this world, something happens in this world like every once in a while, and throws us back. How many times we've been thrown back, David? Remember beginning of 2018, end of 19. I mean,
what we've been through, the war wounds that we've got. I mean, and Mark's been through some of them too. Listen, this is, if it was so easy to make it in this world, everybody would make it, and it's just, you got to get in the trenches, and you got to lick the wounds that you get and keep on going. And listen, Alex is a fighter. Alex will always remain on top because he's a badger. He doesn't let go. He doesn't let go. And listen, I'm like you, man. I'm like you, brother. I don't let go. I excuse my language. I latch on, and like a badger, I too don't let go. That's how you persevere. That's how you gotta succeed. You can't let crap get you down. You gotta wake up another day and continue. And it has not been easy, but nothing amazing ever is. And I think this is the biggest thing I've ever done in my life. I've done a lot of stuff. I've got a project I've been involved in that I put on hold to come back here to do this. I've stopped the other project for now to do this because this is more important, I think, than any of us. This is generational wealth. This can change the world, I believe, and for the better. And I'm excited to be a part of this.
Stop my entire life, David.
That's it, brother. I'm just loving to be a part of such a game changer for everybody, for the entire world. And what else can you say out there that anyone's ever been a part of that can change the world for the better? So has it been easy? No. But is it getting easy right now? Yeah. Wouldn't you say? Like, it feels like it's getting easy right now. I got to tell you, what do you think, Alex? Getting easy, brother?
It's
easier.
We have entered in a very inspirational, there is something magic about what's going on right now.
It's magic.
I mean, it certainly is very validating. that
Something mystical, Trav.
Mm,
I think things just come together, pieces come together, like in just like, and we don't, like last couple times we did not even do anything for it. They just came to us and said, "Hey, folks, let's talk." You know.
That's right. That's right. It's like if you build it, they will come. That's right.
Yeah, something like this.
That's
Really proud
incredible.
of us. Really proud of us.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay,
All
let's
of
stop
us.
this. We're gonna start crying here.
I'm not crying, you're crying. What a beautiful note to end this off on their team.
Very
For
good.
me personally, I've only been connected with you guys for a couple of months now, but couldn't be more proud of the people you are and the work that you're doing and the efforts you're putting in to truly change the world in a way that I've been so bullish on when it comes to crypto and decentralization. And truly, you guys are making a difference here. So appreciate every single one of you. Appreciate our over 700 viewers who have joined us today. Stay tuned for our next conversation next week, where we'll be launching some announcements about that soon. Stay tuned for some awesome material from Mark and I, where we're going to go into depths of exactly how to navigate the SoftNote app and how to get started and the benefits and all that stuff. So that's coming very, very soon. And that's about it, guys. I'm going to leave it at that. Appreciate every single one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to you soon.
See you next time.
Awesome. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Take care.
Awesome.
Thank you.
See you.
Enjoy your weekend.